What's up, family? Shirkan here, and in this episode of the ZULU project, we're going to take a closer look at Atriox and the Banished attacking Firebase ZULU. Now, I've shown before videos of my armies for both the Banished and the Marines, and they look great standing in a rank and file where you can see just the entire number of the armies and how big they are. But the best thing about these toys is their articulation. The fact that you can make them stand a certain way, they can bend their knees, they bend at the elbows. It's not just what you see for Lego where their arms and legs are straight, but you can actually make them run or stride or stretch out their arms for an attack. And so even though I had the vast armies and they look great like that, that was never the plan. The plan was always to be able to have a big fighting scene. So in front of Firebase ZULU, to defend it, I used the Steel Marines. And in my earlier video of Marines, I have 50 Steel Marines that were from blind bags, and then I added the 5 different packs of the Oni Strike Force because they look so similar and they blended well. So that ended up being a total of 70 figures or 70 troops that I could go ahead and defend with. And so in posing, it just looks better than anything you could possibly do with Lego. Now attacking, I went with the Banished that I said looked the most like the ones from the cutscenes from Halo Wars 2, which were the ones with the gray and the red accent. So they look the most like those that you see in those cutscenes. So I called that basically Atriox's personal army. And included in that were the figures that were red with silver accent that came in the Arctic Jackrabbit sets. And I also did the Exo Breachers because they had the same color scheme. So I have 4 Breachers in here, and then I have 6 of these red with the silver accent. Now, the red with the silver accent, I kind of looked at them more or less like almost like a personal armed security for Atriox. So I kept 2 of them near him and then sent the other 4 out to be almost like his elite Banished troops. And here you can see Douglas attacking, and all he wants to do is get to Atriox. And that's the beauty, again, of these figures, where Douglas can be posed to look like he's running, and I can make this Banished soldier look like he just got shot and his legs are going out from underneath him and everything else. Just things you can't do with Lego. And I'm not going to go into intricate detail about every little thing telling a story, but I would think that if you look, and you might have to look 2-3 different times, you can tell all the different things that I did that tell a story of this battle. Now, as far as the ground cover is just sand that you can get from Lowe's, Home Depot, what have you. And I just put a thin layer of glue down and then sprinkle the sand on top. Now that's still left for a lot of loose sand. So then I mixed glue, 1 part glue to 3 parts water into a spray bottle and lightly sprayed over the top. And that makes the sand stay down. But of course that also makes the sand with the little rocks in it kind of bumpy. So I ended up using the little tan stands that came with a lot of different figures when you bought them. And when I pull out, they kind of blend in pretty well. So I really like that, and it keeps them from having to worry about them falling, tipping over, or what have you. Now on this side, the troops are the gunmetal gray and orange, and they're being led by the orange and silver brute. And also going along with them are the silver and emerald green troops. And up top, we have a couple of the heavy armored Marines. And again, showing this officer holding binoculars, or this other soldier with a sniper gun, sniper rifle. It just adds to the fact of what you can do. Then I have a couple of Banshees that I have on clear blocks to have them flying. Now the only bad thing is that because Firebase ZULU is so big, it's hard for me to show you the opposite side of the brutes. You only can see them from the back because it's near impossible to get a camera in front of them. And when you see these other guns, the rail gun, the other turrets, where they're aiming kind of high, even those up on top of the landing platform, it may look kind of funny, but eventually it won't, because the next section that'll be made will have a mountain out front where I'll have all the ghosts and the ghost riders attacking. And then you will see that these turrets will be aiming at them coming down the mountain. Sort of like the cutscene from where the red team initially met Atrioxin on their way out. So this is just a little bit more of an in-depth look. And so that you know that even though this seems somewhat crowded, this is nowhere near how many troops we have for both sides, and they will be used throughout the entire ZULU project. I'm Shirkan, and until next time, I'm hoping all of you stay safe, stay indoors, and continue your happy building.